Okay. I am not sure if this is live on YouTube, but I'm trying to set it up on YouTube and go live on Facebook at the same time. So we shall see if it's gonna work. I'll have to go check over there in a second, but let's get Facebook going because I am not good at this. Let's see. Craft with me. Save. Let's see if this works. No, I'm just trying to figure all the things out. Let's see. Yo, these are hard things. They're hard things. Oh my gosh. So we're back again on the Facebook. Whoops, let's go back. Oh, let's go back. Go back. Oh, let's open. Let's see if I can figure this out. Alright, so I'm trying to do both Facebook and YouTube. This is the first time I'm trying this, so if anyone happens to be watching on YouTube, I have no idea what I'm doing. Let's see. It says that it's in both places, so we shall see. Alright, let's go. Y'all, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure this out. So let's copy and let's see. There it is. Bear with me. Bear with me. I am not frozen. I'm trying to figure this out. Give me just a second to figure out. I've never done this on YouTube, so I have no idea what I'm doing. Let's see. Okay. So there's a weird thumbnail. There's a weird thumbnail on YouTube. It doesn't, like, I don't know how that works. I'll have to figure that out. I'll have to figure it out. But it is on YouTube, so at least we're gonna just start there. Let's start there, shall we? Okay, first of all, thank you for being here. We're gonna craft together. This is the kit we're gonna do right here. It's so adorable. It's so fun. Somebody asked me to craft this one, so that's what I'm going to do today. Rosario says, hi, hello. So I have not crafted on YouTube in about a year, and we craft like weekly, daily, throughout the week on Facebook. And so I've been really trying to work on this whole like setup here so that we can do all the things at one time in several places. So hopefully this is going to work out. Okay, so I do crafting with wood cutouts that we cut on our machines, and on YouTube we upload them on their replays. It's the whole replay. We don't even edit them. We just upload the replays. We put them on there because do what you can with the time you got, right? Over here on Facebook, I usually go live and all those videos go on to YouTube, and then I just haven't been over here. So right now we've got a whole different, the same video is on in both places. So if you are on Facebook or YouTube, you can watch in both places. But I will say this, the comment responder will not work on YouTube. It won't work there. So you're not going to be able to do that on the YouTube. So if you're on Facebook, you can comment the word bloom, and this kit is going to be in the spring collection. If you're on YouTube, there's no comment. you just can go to my profile and go to my shop and see everything there. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to craft this one. This is a kit from last year, And like I said, somebody asked me, can you craft this? And so I was like, let me cut it. I'll do it. And if you haven't seen this one, this is what we're going to do. Hello, everyone. Liz is from north of Scotland. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So let me get my little paper here. Let me get my paper. Let's see. All right, so here's my little paper. I have a little switcher over here. This is this little box. If you haven't been here in a minute, I have this little box here, and I have a little scene set up. So this is my face. This is a zoomed in area of our workstation. This is me at the bottom. I just set up different scenes for different purposes. Like, some people like to see my face, and some people are like, show me what you're making. So I figured, let me create different scenes to you know, satisfy everyone. So this is the one we're going to go with for right now. This is the one I typically use for all my videos. That way you kind of get like a first person perspective of what it looks like. And that's what we're going to go with. So these are the colors that I'm using, and we're using Deco Art colors today. Isn't it cute? Hello, everyone. What's up, Tanya? Hello, Dana and Liz. I see Debbie Owen is back. Linda Nelson is here. Hello, Candace, Marion, Jennifer, Mira. Hello, friends. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. So, and Patricia is here too. So I have this pulled up on my phone over here so I can kind of monitor like both things that are happening. Just checking on you. Hello, Edith. Edith is going back to Facebook. That's okay. That's okay. So it's going to take a while for us to figure it out, or at least me to figure it out. But, you know, this year is a year of doing things differently and trying to improve and being in multiple places at, you know, at once. So this little guy right here has a stand. Crystal Williams says hello on YouTube. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. So this has a stand. It comes with all the little pieces. We cut these on our laser machines. If you hear the white noise in the background, that's what's happening, is we have our laser machines running. We cut these wood cutouts and we ship them out to people and they craft them at home. And then we also cut kits for people who have small businesses as well. So we are a supplier for people who don't have laser machines, okay? All right, so let's go over the colors. So I figured I would go with some muted tones. The only color I forgot to grab was my black. Let me grab that really quick. What did I do with it? I have a black somewhere. Where's the black? Oh my goodness, what did I do with it? I grabbed it and set it down somewhere. Is it back here? Yes, it is. It's hiding. I knew it was there. Hello, Cherise. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. All right, so here's the colors we're going to use. This one is going to be cute. This one is from last year. This is not a new release. So if you're on Facebook and you comment the word bloom, that's going to send you a message to your Facebook Messenger that's going to take you to the spring collection. This is in the spring collection, but you can also search the word bear and hive, or bear and bees, or bear and something, and you'll be able to find it there. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's go over the colors that I picked. I picked bleach sand, I picked light avocado, and I picked foliage green, both of these. I also picked 3 yellows because I'm going to try to do some shading on this. True ochre, baby duck, and yellow ochre. So those are the 3 yellows. And then I picked 3 browns. This is going to be fawn, honey brown, and espresso. So these are the colors we're going to do for our bear. And then I also have black, good old black, for our bees. And I'm going to set all these right up here. We're going to use probably a mixture of sponges and paintbrushes. And then I've got me a plate. It's yellow. It is what it is, right? And then when we have pieces like this that are small, we don't want them to fall through our laser machine, so we tab them on these little boards here. So let's grab us some makeup sponges. Let's do that there. And let's start, I like to start with the bottom and work my way to the top. So we're gonna set all of our little pieces aside. And I'm gonna start with my bear in the back. And these are the pieces that go behind the ears. So we're gonna pop these out, and this is gonna be, it says back. So this will be a hollow opening for this one. So these two will get popped out of here. It's a cute bear, right? Someone requested, I don't have the copy of the email anymore, but somebody requested that I do this one. And I said, let me cut it, let me do it, and I'll get to it when I can. So that's where we are. So we're gonna use all three of these. So I'm about to put these on this plate. Hello, happy Wacky Wednesday. All right, this one is fawn. Let's go with espresso. Hello, Elizabeth. Hello, Jean. Hello, everyone. All right, we're probably gonna need a little bit more of that one. And then I always put too much paint on my plate. Never fails. And we're gonna need a little bit of that right there. So we've got all of our browns. And then I'm gonna go ahead and grab the bleached sand right here. And that's gonna be our white color that we use. Bleach sand. Then we'll come back to these when we need them. You know what I forgot? Never mind, I did not forget. I didn't forget. I just forgot that I already had it. I was like, the nose. The nose. We're gonna do the nose black. All right, so here's the situation. Anywhere you see these little scored out areas, there's something that goes over them. So we really just want to paint the bear and like the little undersides, because like this is going to show through. Like these areas are still going to show through. So we want to paint the, you know, I'm just going to paint the whole thing. So our bear is going to be the espresso color. That would be this one, but I'm going to do this color honey brown first. This is going to be the base, and then we're going to add our dark color. So we're going to do, which I probably am going to need a little bit more of the honey brown. So we're going to do our bear this color first, and we're just going to do one coat. And this is just a makeup sponge. Hello, Heather, you finally get to watch live? Well, good. Good. You know, I'm here various times throughout the day. I don't really have like a set time because I'm at the warehouse working also, and so I try to get all my tasks done here. Plus I have people working, and I have like my responsibilities that I have to do. And so every day I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do my video at this time, and then it never happens because other things just take priority. And then when I finally get to it, I'm like, it's 3 o'clock. It's 3 p.m. That's all right. It's all good. I don't know what you can see through these little hands, so I'm just going to go ahead and paint all of that. If you are watching on YouTube, I have not been on YouTube for about a year. The last live video I did said it was a year ago. I'm sure it's probably been longer than that. But I do most of my videos on Facebook, but I'm trying to do dual, like be on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. So this is the first video, trying to work out all the kinks. We'll figure it out. I'm usually pretty diligent about, won't know until you try. All right, so the bear is honey brown. So cute, okay. And then the inside of our ears, I forgot my pink color, but I think we might use a different shade for that. Then we have our hands. So let's grab our hands here. They're little fuzzy hands. Little furry hands. And then we're do our feet too. So that goes there. Oh, I might have enough. Possibly. This is just one coat. And then the feet. These will be the brown as well. And there's little pieces that go over this. Let's do this one. Happy hump day, everyone. Hello, Melissa. Hello, Bonnie. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. Okay, I think that's all my bear colors. Like the body colors. All right. Now for the face. Okay, so for the face, and then the little pieces that go on the feet. This one. So all of these except for the nose are going to be the fawn color. Fawn. So let's get us another sponge. And let's go into fawn, which is this one right here. And we're gonna do all of these. Just like so. So that's gonna go on the foot. You know how it's lighter, like on a foot? I'm just gonna do it this way. Maybe it's supposed to be dark. I don't really know for sure. And then let's do our face. And I'm going to use my little scoring tool to clean out that paint. It's gonna be this little tool. It's actually 40 degrees here. So this morning when I got up and went outside, I was like, I swear to you, it's like 70 something degrees. It was so warm. So warm. Very excited that it was not freezing cold out. But I was like, this can't be good. Because it's so hot. I think I might do 2 coats on this. Hello, Beverly. Hello, everyone. Just gonna go ahead and do that. The nose is gonna be different. And then let's go ahead and do the inside of the ears, the lighter color as well. And you won't see the word back because it's going to be like hidden. But we're going to put blush over this color. You can't wait till your weather gets better. Well, I'm in Georgia, so it's pretty warm here. All right, I think that is pretty good. So all of our pieces appear to be painted. And then we're gonna go to our darker color to darken up our bear. We wanna give it some dimension, and so we are going to add to that. But I'm gonna do 1 extra coat on this face here, because I want it to be just a little bit lighter. It's mid-20s? Holy cow. You know, my body just does not like cold. It shouldn't. I just don't. I don't like the cold. Not a fan. All right, these should be dry. We can give it a second coat. And I'm still using the fawn color. And then we will just pop these out of this little board here. All right, and then let's do our little feet pieces. The heat wave. Well, it's gonna be like it's gonna be like 60 something tomorrow. I'm pretty sure. I think I saw that when we looked at the weather. I think it said it was gonna be like six in the 60s, which is still pretty warm compared to 20s. All right, what was the other one? We got that. Oh, the backs here. Let's do that. And this is the back of the ears, like the inside of the ears. And then let's do one more. And then all of these will have their second coat. Hello, Brenda Herbs. How are you? All right, then we're gonna do espresso on our bear. So we're gonna set all of these aside because they are all done. And now we're gonna focus on the bear body, and then we'll do our hive and our bees. We got our little bees, and then we got our little twig branch and our leaf that we still have to do. And we'll get to those momentarily. So I like to work from the bottom typically to the top most of the time. And then we got our stand here. And we'll do that one, probably black. Okay, so my thought for this bear is to do like, I'm not really sure exactly how it's going to turn out. So I'm going to try and just do my best to create like, probably not necessarily fur, but because I'm definitely certain that I'm not confident in that. But I'm going to try to create, dimension. I guess that would be the word I'm looking for, is some dimension. So typically what I like to do is take the base color. Okay, we're going to take our base color, which I need a little bit more of that base color. Here, let me show you. So I have this base color. It is honey brown. And I'm going to get just a little bit more of that. And I'm gonna try and do, normally we do like a floating edge, but I want to incorporate the two colors into this and hope that it doesn't just mix. Hopefully that makes sense. So I'm gonna try and do this honey brown. I did get a little bit of that light color on there. So I'm gonna try that. And so I'm gonna load up this sponge with my color. And then I'm going to load up this sponge with this other color, which is espresso. Okay. So I've got my espresso. I've got my honey brown. And I'm going to use both of these colors. And I'm going to do my best. Okay. Let's go back to this button here. All right. So we're going to go in around our ear with our espresso. We're going to go in again with our, I'm just going to go around the whole head. I'm going to try to keep it as wet as I can. Okay, it looks really sloppy, it looks really messy. And I'm just going to splotch it over the top. Before it dries, we're going to take this other color. We don't want it to be super saturated, we just want a little bit. And I want to try to go over it. It's kind of like layering. And then I'm going to sand it. Hoping my bear is going to look cute. So I know it's like a rectangle, like pouncing. I feel like I could also get another brush and like stipple it. So I'm trying to do my bear. Kind of like that, like a layered. So here's what it looks like before, and then this is kind of the layered look. All right, let's try that down here. And this other, these little open spots that we're going to be able to see. Let's grab that color and go over that. That was probably too light. All right, how's that look? I mean, it looks fairly even. Now we're gonna do our hands. We're gonna sand our bear, so hopefully it turns out. All right, so we're gonna repeat the same process with our espresso. Hello, Doris. Let's go into our honey brown. And do our little fur look. I feel like that was a little too light. That looks like it kind of matches. All right, let's do the next one. I don't do fur well, so I feel like this is a pretty good option. Thank you for sprinkling. I appreciate it. Oh, this one needs a little love. All right, those look pretty good to me. All right, now let's do these. So our bear is looking, it looks atrocious, but I promise you it's gonna look so good. All right, let's load up our honey brown and our espresso on our sponges. And there's pieces that go over these little circled areas. That was too heavy. That match. Not quite. Let's grab a little bit more of that dark brown. That might be too much. All right, let's just do that. I'm just switching back and forth between my two sponges. I should not have done that first. I did. All right, now we're gonna go over this. Just layering. And it's kind of splotchy looking. Need a little more brown. It's probably too much. Okay, so my bear is looking pretty good. So this is going to go over the face of this. This is going to go behind the ears. We have all of these little pieces here. All right, let's do our hive because then we can finish our bear as we get things done. So I'm going to set this aside with my little sponges that I used right over here. Out of the way. Okay. Now, let's do our hive. Okay, so for the hive, I'm going to get me a different plate. So the bear, these are the pieces that go behind the ears. These go on here. Like that. All right, now we're going to do this. Move that out of the way. So this is going to be black, little opening. We're going to do the, I'm going to try not to put as much paint on my plate this time. I always tend to do a little too much. This is yellow ochre. Don't need that much. then I have true ochre. And then we have baby duck. Hello, Pamela. Baby duck is one of my favorites. We just need it for like a little highlight. Try to move all these paints out of the way because I've already used all of those. And we have left is green and black. That's what we got left. Alrighty, so we're gonna use a sponge to do our base coat. And we're gonna do, the base coat is going to be, which one was that? Yellow ochre. I'm pretty sure that a hive is not this bright yellow, but we're gonna do it. And then we're gonna take our little pink tool and we're gonna go through those little lines there. I wish I were more entertaining, but I really do try to focus on like how to use these, how to like do different techniques and things like that. And you know, I have a really hard time trying to multitask and focus on like, you know, give me a conversation and I can participate, but a lot of times I have such a hard time focusing on any sort of like keeping the show alive. Like it's just a challenge. All right, so we've gone through our little hive, and the next colors we have is the true ochre and the baby duck. So we're going to float. Okay, we're gonna float some over this. We're gonna float some colors. I'm gonna grab me this brush here. It's like an angled, I don't know what it is, okay? Because it's whatever has happened to my brush because I left it in the water. I don't know what kind of brush it is because it's chipped off. It's gone. So it's just an angled flat brush that's kind of frayed, but it'll be fine. And we're gonna need some water. You're gonna need a water bottle on your plate. You can just take and wet your brush, get some water on it. You want a paper towel, grab that. If you've never floated, this is your opportunity to practice. You don't want your brush like super saturated. So you want to take out most of the moisture. And whatever you're going to float, you want to put on the tip of your brush on about that much. So we're going to go into the yellow ochre, and we're just going to float that color along the edge. And then we're going to come along here and we're going to do it right over this top where this line is. Just like so. Then we're going to come back in. It's a lot of going back and doing it over and over and over and over again. So we're going to float along that little line. Come back. Get us some more. Need a little bit of water. And we're going to come to the next one. Okay. Less is more. I feel like sometimes I don't get enough paint, sometimes I get too much. And we're wanting our hive to look like it's got some character to it. Like it's got some dimension even though it's like super flat. So all I'm doing is dipping the tip, and I'm gonna grab me some water, and I'm just floating that color along the top bristles and then taking it along the edge. So that line there, we're gonna put that colored area along that edge. Get us some water, float it along. It gives it like a blurred look. could have used a better brush, if I'm being honest. Grab a smidge. I'm just not picking up enough. There we go. That's a little better. It's coming through here. And then we're going to do the baby duck the same way. Here's the top. Of our hive. So whoever wanted to see this tutorial, I hope you follow along and practice your skills. You gotta practice. Carol, you need to practice this technique more. Girl, anytime I can use this technique, I really try to do it because it does take a little bit of figuring it out. Like you can see how dry your brush can get. That's why you want to keep moisture in it so that you can resaturate it. But that's what you're looking for, is just you're wanting to float that color along that edge. And then I don't know what can be seen up here, so I'm just gonna go along the top like that. And so now our hive looks like so. All right, we're gonna now go into the baby duck, and we're gonna do it like a reverse with a lighter color. So we can have, oh, I already have my paper towel. So we can have a little, like a brighter yellow. So this is gonna be real fun. All right, let's come back, add some water. We want to get our brush kind of saturated, dab off any extra moisture, and come in to the baby duck color. And that is like a really bright yellow. Let's grab us some water. And we're gonna do this on the opposite end. Okay, so we're gonna come from the bottom and we're gonna create this little glow at the bottom, right above the other. So it's not super vibrant, it's just kind of like a light color. Do that one more time, just a little bit more. Let's grab us some of that yellow, come through. There we go. That's a little bit better. So we're gonna do that again on the next one. We're gonna go right up to that little line. You definitely got to practice for sure. All right, let's come back and get some more. And a little more. Ooh, I went a little too far down. Let's get the next one. So you can do a dark color, and then you can also do like a light color. So now you can kind of see how our hive is looking. Could probably do a little bit more up here. Just a smidge. Don't want it to be like super noticeable, but definitely a little bit of like a highlight. So here's our little hive. Let's clean this little brush out. Looks good. Well, thank you, Queen Mother 12. Appreciate that. So our YouTube friends, I usually do this video on, I'm usually live on Facebook. But we're trying something new so that we can do, so that we can, you know, we've been uploading to YouTube, but we just upload our live replays. But I'm trying to also incorporate like live crafting on YouTube. So thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. Alrighty, so we're gonna do our, so we've got, let's lay this on here just to see how it looks, shall we? Let's just see. We're going to distress this. Okay, so I can see that I need to get up underneath the little arms where I missed that. But ain't that hive looking so cute? You love that I'm on YouTube now? I'm trying, girl. I'm trying. Trying to be in all the places. Because, you know what? I wish that I had... you know, there's just been a lot of stuff. There's just a lot of stuff that I don't know how to do certain things, and I had to figure it out and ask other people for help and all of the good stuff. All right, I think I fixed that. I think I fixed it. Okay. Now, let's put all this back on here again. Now that I fixed my little arms, my little body. So let's put our little arms on here. Just go on each side. And we're going to paint the center of our hive on the inside black. Okay, so I'm going to paint the back of the bear black like that's the opening. Cross streaming helps too. Yes, so that's what we're actually doing. Be consistent and consistently posting and you'll be good. You'll get good. So Queen Mother, we have a lot. We have, gosh, how many do we have? So I have 45,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I just upload like replays. I post videos, like uploads. I don't really craft live, but I'm hoping that the community on YouTube will want to craft live. If not, that's okay. Some people will. But we also are live currently on Facebook. So the goal is to get to Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok all at the same time. Because I am trying to optimize my time of where I'm spending it. Oh my gosh. We actually are monetized on YouTube. I made $98 last month, which is not bad. Y'all, I'm not getting rich over here, but I am doing my very best. Yeah, the more time we spend, that's true. That's true. That's true. All right, so we're going to do our little hive holder. It's holding the hive. And I think we should do it just the espresso and add a little bit of black, like a black brown. Every little bit helps. That's right. So let's do a little bit of black brown on our branch so that it's not the same color as our bear. So let's do that real quick. Well, I'm gonna, I've been testing this whole thing over here on Facebook. My Facebook friends who are watching, they have seen me testing all these things and trying to figure it out. And, you know, you just, the more you do things, the better you get. I've been going live for years on my phone, like with just my iPhone. I used to have a studio in my other house before we moved to our new house. And then I procrastinated putting heat in my crafty shed at my house. So I've been crafting at the warehouse where we cut all of our stuff, like all of our craft kits and stuff, and making the best of it. All right, we're gonna do a little bit of this espresso over this black. Might take a couple of passes to get that to look just right, to blend it. This is a really dark tree. It's got a little dark branch. came over to YouTube to support you here. Well, thank you, Renee. You're so sweet. Girl, you know, every platform's a little different. Some people are like, no to Facebook. Some people are like, no to YouTube. Some people, like, everybody is a little bit different in their preferences. But one of the things that Damon, some of y'all know who Damon is, Damon from Deco Exchange. One of the things he talks about all the time is that you can how do you utilize your time the best, and when you can only be available in certain times. So currently, at this point, I would be doing my Facebook video, then I would be doing something for YouTube, and then I would be doing this, and it would just be, my time is not best, the best use of my time, so I have to do better. So we're gonna do a little bit more on this right over here, just to create like a black brown, and then we'll sand it. We'll make it look kind of distressed. So I think our branch looks pretty good. Let's do the little branch there. We're gonna put on a leaf, and that is going to be with our two greens, which is foliage green and light avocado, which are my two favorites. Hello, hello. You love the shading on the beehive? You love to shade? Patricia, me too, girl. Me too. I'm hoping my bear ends up looking the way that I imagine. We're going to just use the paint out of our lids. Hello, Sandra. Hello, hello, friends. All right, these are two very opposite greens, but I think they are so necessary. There it is. So let's grab that same brush. Thank you, Hannah. Grab this brush that I just used. And we're going to coat this with the light avocado first. And I'm just getting it out of the lid because I know I will put too much paint on my plate. It happens every time. All right, let's go down those little score lines. Okay, and we're gonna do this one. So we're gonna take the same brush, go into the foliage green, and we're gonna come down these little, like the little fold, just a little bit. And I'm just turning my brush to the side to do that. Just like so. And we will probably use some markers. Really want a lighter color on the one side. Just a little bit. We're going to sand this, so it's not going to be perfect. Clean out our brush. And let's go back into our other green, which is the light avocado. And add that wherever we got out of the lines, because I tend to get out of the lines. So we've got our little leaf here. All right. Oh gosh, I forgot to do the hive, the opening. Let me do that really quick. Let's move all of these Let's do the center right here. So we don't need our green anymore. We're done with that. And then the other green. Let's do the black right here in the opening. Oh, it's so quiet in here. Everyone's gone home for the day. The machines are quiet. I have new stuff on Thunder 1, so our sale starts Friday, and we are going to have 2 kits that will be like, it's a mystery. Like, I'm going to show you which one you can get for free when you order. But it's going to be it's going to be a mystery which one you get. So, one is a spring version and one is an Easter version. 2 different ones. So, those are on Thunder 1. I think I was going to do the nose black. I don't remember. All right, let's paint the wings. And we're going to do the wings, the bleach sand right there. So let's do the wings with a sponge, shall we? Just going to go over that. And I might just do 1 coat. We'll see how that looks. Our little tool, do our little swirl. Just so we keep that cleaned out. And let's do the next one. I wish I could keep my little work area here clean, but I end up being really messy. Never fails. See, I eat too much paint. I don't need that much paint. Holy cow. This tool is so handy. I think I might do a gray, like a little gray, maybe a little gray. All right, let's come back and do a second coat. I think it's needed. It's hard for me to see because my cataracts, even with cheater glasses. I have cheater glasses. Them reading glasses. These are fantastic. I do have a an eye doctor's appointment scheduled in case any of you guys have wondered or wondering if I've followed through. Yes, I have an appointment scheduled. It's been a minute. It's not till March, but it is scheduled. It's crazy amount of how long it takes to get a doctor's appointment these days. Like even at the eye doctor. Okay, that got a little messy right there. Anyone else notice that? Like in your area, do you have a hard time getting a doctor's appointment in a time, like, I want to say like in a timely manner, but like maybe it's just not. Maybe it's just everywhere. I don't really know. Okay, so now we got to do our little bees. Okay, so we're gonna, these are all cut completely through, and this dark colored stuff is from our laser beds. We need to clean them. A couple of them are more clogged up than others. But let's lay this over the top of this now that it's done. Yes, for the eye doctor for both. Yeah, I have a referral to an orthopedist because I think I have frozen shoulder. Has anybody ever experienced frozen shoulder? It's my left arm. I did not know what that was, but my doctor, my regular doctor, was like, "You possibly could have frozen shoulder. Let me send you to a specialist." Hello, Dina. Hello, hello. All right, B's wings are painted. Okay. Now we need to do our little bee bodies. So here's the deal. I'm going to paint these with a paintbrush, and I'm just going to do the yellow first, and then we're going to go. You had a heart attack a year and a half ago at 47 now. I think I have a torn rotator cuff in your left. I feel your pain. So, I can't put my arm any further than this. This is it. And then I feel the pain in my shoulder. And this is as far as I can go with raising my arm, and it immediately starts to hurt. And I can go out, I can go all the way down, but this is as far up as I can go. And then this arm, like, I can put my hand all the way behind my back. I can put my hand straight up. Like, I can go, like, up and down, like, all the way. Like, I have full range of motion. But this arm over here, I have limited strength in, and I just have, like, it's all up in here. It's no fun. Yeah, it's no fun. So I'm thinking, my doctor thinks that it is frozen shoulder. And apparently me and April were in the car yesterday on the way home, and April's my sister. If you're on YouTube and you don't know who my sister is, her name's April. She works here. She does all of our she's like over our packing and fulfillment department. And we were in the car, and I told her, I was like, "Girl, I think I have frozen shoulder. Look it up." And so she was looking it up, and she was reading it to me, and I was like, "Everything that you're saying is exactly what I have." And she said there's stages. There's like the freeze, thaw, and something. Freeze, thaw, and something. I don't know what the stages were, but she was reading it to me from Google. Oh, I can lift higher than you? Well, I could also lift higher than the current me. About six months ago or so. And then it just kind of came slowly. Like, I started having, like, soreness and irritation. And then it just became, like, full on, like, not good. Not good. And I told my doctor about it when I went in January, and he was like, "I'm going to send you to an orthopedist." So I'm waiting for the orthopedist to contact me for the referral. So right now I just do, like, ibuprofen. It's so terrible to only be able to sleep a certain way, because usually I sleep with, like, my arm tucked under a pillow. Does anybody else sleep that way? That's how I sleep. And it's definitely not as comfortable, and it hurts more to lay on the left side. All right, so B number 1, we're going to do the yellow stripes, is done. So let's do B number 2. Let's come in here. You two, you've had it. So April was reading to me that it has stages. Make an appointment for your eye doctor. Yes. Sounds like you need surgery. I don't know. So then when April and I were looking it up, some of the things that can cause frozen shoulder is, it's common with people who are going through menopause. And I am 100% in the menopause area. I'm actually in the whatever the post-menopause is, my levels are at the lowest level. They're really bad. Like my hormone levels are at the stage of like you're in the end of menopause. Waiting for an MRI for the shoulder. Well, I think that's probably what I'll end up doing. Your froze. My shoulder was so frozen that I had to have a replacement. Okay, well, I'm not trying to do that. I am not trying to have surgery, but I will say if I can get into physical therapy maybe or something, it might help a little bit. Possibly. I don't know. All right, I'm going to do the nose black. I shouldn't have cleaned that out. I'm going to go ahead and do our nose black. I feel like it's going to make the most sense. We could have done a pink nose, but we're going to do black. All right. So I think I'm good with all the things that need to be done. Then give you a shot for it. Menopause, me too. It's the way I whack. And you're 43. I'm 40. I'm going to be 48 this year. Pretty sure. I was born in 78. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be 48 this year. Is that right? Someone do the math. Like, I don't even know what the math is. All right, I got to get another brush so I can do the yellow. Let's see. Hold on, y'all. I think it's this one. This is the brush I'm going to use for our bee stripes. And we're going to go with, where's my plate of yellow? We're going to go with this one, which is yellow ochre. And then we'll add a little bit of baby duck to make some little highlights for our bees. But we don't have a very big area here. So I'm going to try and stay in the lines. I don't want to separate these even though they're cut all the way through. They are tabbed. So they will come apart if you break them. Like if you snap them, they're tabbed so that you can do that if you're not really, don't really have a steady hand. But I'm just going to try and paint mine with this paintbrush. And this is yellow ochre and I just got into the black. Unfortunately. Baby Duck, cute name. Yeah, look, it's Baby Duck. It's by Deco Art. Baby Duck. I love Deco Art paint. My favorites. We've done Baby Duck with the little duck sitters for spring. We've done quite a few things with the Baby Duck color. But we use that as a highlight in our hive. So we're going to use that as a highlight for our bee. And we're going to also use the true ochre? True ochre. Yeah, we're going to use all three yellows on our bee. I don't know that it's going to float real well, but I'm going to do my best. I'm going to have to use a tiny brush to float it. I don't really have a steady hand. Alright, let's do one more little coat over the top of this. Alright, so this bee goes with this one, with this wing. There is a surgery to clean out the affected area. Really no downtime. I think it's a buildup, isn't it? A buildup of something. It's like a, gosh. It said people who have thyroid issues, also heart disease, people who have a lot of different things can get frozen shoulder. But thank God right now it's just the one shoulder. It was from my menopause. The ugly thing is, I just left it, and after 8 weeks, it just unfroze. Like, I had no movement at all, and I stuck to my side. Bonnie, we read that too yesterday. That it can last for, what was it? It said it can last for 12 a year to 18 months in the different stages. Is it like fluid buildup? Christy, I don't know. I think it's, there's a name for it. There's a name for it. There's a name for whatever it's called. Google frozen shoulder. Just go Google it real quick. And it'll help you, like, I mean, well, not real quick. Like, if you have time, like, if you're curious, just go Google it. It starts subtle, like you don't lose all, like I have, look, I have movement, but I can't go further than this. It's not going anywhere. And I can't go any further than that with my raising my arm. Like, I can't go straight up. Like, I have limited motion and it hurts really bad. Hurts real bad. Can it happen in both shoulders at the same time? Girl, I bet you it can. I don't know what the likelihood of it is, but I bet you it could. Do you know Celine Dion? You know how she has, I'm not saying this is stiff person syndrome. I'm just saying, could you imagine if that was like, I feel like it could be comparable. Not saying it is, but I'm just saying how the body just stiffens up. Like, she goes into like full, like, stiff person syndrome is like a whole different level. But it's like a stiffness that you can get completely immobilized. You can lose all movement in your arm. And then on Google, when I was reading it, it says it can all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, like, come back. Like, unfrozen. Oh my gosh. Hello, Paula. Hello, hello. You have a lot wrong medically. Both shoulders are bad. I'm doing physical therapy now, but it's made it worse. So looking into stem cell therapy. Oh gosh. Well, girl, I will keep you in my thoughts and prayers for sure. All right, let's go into our next yellow. I'm going to try and use this same brush. Okay, so we've got our little bees. And I'm going to go in with the water on my plate. So I'm going to try to use this round brush. I'm going to see what happens. There is still paint in my brush. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me see if I can clean this out. Just a little bit better than it is. Let's try this. All right, let's go into our water. Let's get our brush wet. Let's dab it off. And let's go into the yellow ochre. And it's kind of like floating, but we're gonna do like a watercolor. Like a water. Like, we're just gonna float along the top of our little bee, just like a little dark. My brush is kind of wet, so there's our little bee. I know it's probably hard for you guys to probably see, but it is noticeable in person, trust me. I'm just making like a watercolor, like a wash. It's really diluted. And I'm just dragging it along the top of the yellow. And then we're going to do baby duck along the bottom. All let's do baby duck. All right, let's go into our water. Let's grab us our baby duck. That is too much paint. It's quite a lot. And then we're going to do like the underside. Oh, do you see how much that is? That's a lot right there. Just going to do right along the bottom. Just like that. It's not the greatest, but I'm trying here. Just do it upside down. Probably should not have gotten any extra water. This one goes on there, this one goes on here. Okay, I think it's good. Next, what is next? Next is we need to do our stand. I think we should do our stand green, like it's sitting in grass. So let's do light avocado for our stand. Let's do that. I'm gonna grab me a sponge. Let's put some on this plate right here. Gosh, that was too much. I mean, you could do a different colored stand. I'm doing this. So after this video, I'm going to go live on TikTok. And we're going to make the other bunny faces with picture frames on TikTok. And we're going to see how it goes. Y'all, today is a day of all the things. All the things. Oh, I gotta paint them black. We gotta do the antennas black. I just forgot to do that. I think we should do them black. Alright, let's dry that. Ain't that gonna be cute? Super cute. Let's do a second coat on our stand. Now you're going to get the TikTok app. I love TikTok. I've trained my TikTok feed to show me exactly what I want to watch, and it's so many tutorials of like painting and true crime and crafting. That's basically what it is. Kind of, I don't know, y'all. It's a great thing about social media is it just kind of figures out mostly what you want. Sometimes I see things I don't want and I'll just like tell it like don't show me any more of this because I don't want to see that. Like every now and then it's like, do you want to see this? And I just am like, no, not really. Not today. I'm doing that outer edge of the stand because I just feel like it's gonna look better. And then we're gonna move that and let that dry. Okay. The only other thing we need to do now is the no TikTok for you until the United States owns it. The United States does own it. Not the United States itself, but United States companies own it. All right, I'm just stacking all my little sponges over there. All right, so these go on here like so. Let me move my little bee. So these go on here. Then these little pieces go on each one of these. And we're going to add a little bit of blush to pink them up just a little bit. And, where's that? I'm like, where's my blush? I've got my blush here for that. We painted our nose. I think everything else is good. We do have to do our eyeballs. And I think we're ready to do our sanding and assembly. I think we're ready to put it together. So let's go to the next step. Which is going to be not this sandpaper. We're going to use the lighter sandpaper. Like the 120. Oh, been holding out doing this. Somebody asked me to craft this one and this. I don't know if anyone's watching and you were the person who asked me to craft both of these. But I did cut them both. I have some other requests, but they are not like, they're more like seasonal things, like Christmas and fall and things. And so I'm going to do more of the Christmas and stuff towards Christmas. I'm trying to do more of like what's currently the season. So that's what we're going to do. All right, so let's sand down our little pieces here. Get these ready. All right, so those are sanded. Let's sand the inside of our ears. And these glued on the back. I like to sand everything, y'all. It's just a thing. I can't not do it. All right, let's do this one. So part of the next steps is I like to do all the painting and then all the little details and the finishes last, like as it kind of evolves. All right, let's do our, oh, we got to paint the little antenna. Let me grab my brush. I forgot that. Forgot the antennas. Let me grab my black paint. How did I forget? Let's grab this one. I'm doing mine black. Let's dry those. So cute. The hive is like my favorite. I'm hopeful that when I sand my bear's gonna look good. I'm not really sanding to distress. I'm just kind of sanding to smooth. Thank you, Claire. How are you doing today? sand the antennas here in a second. Let's go ahead and do the stand. No, let's do the stand later. Let's do our hive. Trying to keep the dark colors off the light colors. That's pretty good. Thank you, Marion. Thank you. All right, next. Let's do the next thing. Let's do the. Okay, so we got to be really careful about how we sand our bees because I don't want these to break off. So I'm just going to lightly sand. I figured that was going to end up happening, that my black was going to get in my yellow. Careful, careful. There's that yellow on my black. You can see it. There we go. It is what it is. There's a little black spot on there. It's character. All right, next, let's do our leaf. Do our little stick. And I did quite a few coats on this so that it would distress kind of layered. All right, let's do our little antennas. And all we have left is our bear, our stand. Yeah, basically our bear and our stand. Do the center, that. All right. Hopefully this turns out cute. Hello, hello. Thanks for being here, everybody. All right. I try to make stuff that looks like you could have went and bought it at the store. That's what I aim for. Doesn't mean I always get there. All right, now our stand. Probably should use a different piece of sandpaper. All right. Now for the fun part. Now for all the little fun details. Okay, so I've got this blush from Amazon. But you can get some pretty much anywhere. And I have a brush somewhere that I used for it. Where to go? It's like a oh, here it is. Oh, that's not it. It's like a smudge brush. I have that one's little. Let me see if it's over here. Oh. Here it is. These little smudgy brushes. Oh, or, sorry, over here. These little smudgy brushes. It's like you can smudge it. So we're going to do the insides of the ears with our blush. So load up our brush and smudge that pink in there. Some people use like chalk, some people use a crayon, like a distressing crayon. I just used to mix up paint, and then I got tired of mixing up paint. So now I just use this blush. Works out pretty good. For the most part. All right, we're gonna glue the ears to the back. So I'm gonna do it kind of like this. So let's glue those on. We're gonna use Stick Fast Thick. And I'm going to apply the glue to the back of the ear, just so I know I don't mess it up. And goes on this side. Sorry, I put it on the wrong side. Just goes on the back. Oh gosh, it's already stuck. I mean, like, y'all, some days it's so unsure of itself. It's like, am I gonna stick? Am I not gonna stick? I'll have to touch that up back there. All right, let's do. Is that regular blush? Yes, it's Wet n Wild. So I went on Amazon because I didn't feel like going to the dollar store and trying to like figure out, do they have anything? Do they not have anything? So I went on Amazon and I looked up some blush. I was like, inexpensive blush. And then I found that. It was like $3. $3. Isn't too bad. It's lasted a while. I've got my $3 worth for sure. All right, there's the inside of our ears. Now we're gonna do the face. Okay, so let's do the face. And the color of this blush is Pinch Me Pink. I also got these brushes on Amazon. Our pen. This is a archival ink calligraphy pen, and it's got a really fine tip on it. And I'm going to go right down the center of these little lines. These little score lines. And then we're going to glue on our nose. And for these pieces here, you just push them and it just pops right out. They're just barely kind of tabbed on there. And if you don't like the way that tabbed mark area looks, you can just go over it with a little marker. I have these little alcohol markers. and you can just clean up your edge. I would have never thought to use that. Yes, girl. I was ordering me a cup of coffee, so I don't know what you said. Oh. What's the other comment? Let's see. What was the other? Oh, my work's much better than store-bought. Well, I appreciate that. I try, and then I try to teach you guys how to do it. We want you guys to know how to craft with our wood cutouts. And that's what I'm here for, to show you all the things. Alrighty, so that's going to be the face. See how it's just coming together? It's so cute. What kind of pen is this? This is a Pentel. It's called a Pentel sign pen. It's in my Amazon shop. It's called an archival. It's an archival ink pen, like a calligraphy. And it's like, this is the tip. You probably can't see it, but yeah, it's got this really fine tip to it. I have a bunch of other ones that I have too. So we got the face. Let's do the little pieces that go on the feet. Okay, we're going to put some pink on those too. So we're going to grab our blush. And we're going to go in and do both of these. And this goes over the top of this. And then we're going to do the next one. I probably could have gotten a shade of blush a little bit brighter. I will say the pigmentation is not the greatest because it is super cheap blush, but it works. And that's gonna go on the foot. Oh, it goes on this side. It goes over here on this side. That goes there. Just like that. This one's gonna go over here like that. And we're gonna do these here. I'm just gonna do a little dab over that color we painted. There is a little shimmer to this, but it doesn't stick onto your pieces. Alright, so we're going to glue these on to these little spots here. They're kind of scored out. You just line them up right over the top. And then I'll probably dust off the little pink that's on the edge with a little brush, because there's a little bit of pink showing. And there's that. Let's put this side on. Cute. Oh, goodness gracious. Alright, so that's how those are looking. Now we're going to pop out these. We're going to apply them where they go. Oh, these are the eyes, y'all. These are the eyeballs. I should have painted those black. We'll paint those. I forgot there was eyeballs. Or you can just paint the eyeballs on there. Whatever you want to do. Alrighty, let's put some glue on here. It doesn't really matter where you start. They're all the same except for the little piece there. And then if you feel like you need a little more of the pink, you can always add some. So last night I started watching this series called Victoria. Have you guys watched that? I think it's on Netflix. My sister told me about it. It's really good. I'm still on like episode 3. It's pretty good. All right, I do think we might need a little more on that. So let's do a smidge on here. Line it up. That got a little close. I probably could have moved that over just a little bit. All right, let's grab us some more blush. Focus kind of in the middle. So that's gonna go like that. Let's glue the next ones on. So quiet. So there's a little scored area. It's smaller than the piece. So you can kind of situate it a little bit further over, because these two got kind of close to each other. Definitely operator error. Move that one over just a little bit. What's it kind of about? It's just called Victoria. It's about like, it's not like a true story. It's a series. There's actors, and it's not necessarily to a timeline, not like The Crown. But it is like, it's about like the Queen. It's really good. It's really good. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, but April's like, yo, you're going to love it. It's right up your alley. I like The Crown. So I was like, oh, I think I'm going to watch that. I also watched the series called Turn. I believe it's on Netflix also. So our little feet are done. Let's go ahead and glue on our, so for our hive, I'm going to go between each of these with black. I just got out of the line. Completely got out of the line. That's going to drive me crazy. That is absolutely going to drive me crazy. I don't think I can sand it off and start over. No, I'm not probably going to be able to do that. Let me try to fix it. Grab my yellow and my little skinny brush. Let's see if we can do it. So if you ever do like I did, I just sanded it off right there. I'm going to come back into my color, my my watercolor, or my like floated color, and I'm just going to go over it a little bit darker right there just to kind of fix it, cover up that black. And then I'm going to come back over it and try and do my best to fix that. So it's a little noticeable, but not too bad. It's fine. It'll be fine. Alrighty, so we're going to now glue on our hive. Oh, another tip for you, when you're gluing on things that have a stand, put it in your stand just to make sure that you don't glue too far down, because that is absolutely a thing. You don't want to do that. So I'm going to put my stand in, and I'm going to put the glue where my hive's going to go. And make sure that like my foot's going to go on here, and then I'm going to shift it to where it lines up with where the foot goes. And then we have a little arm, like a little hand. What the heck did I do with them? Okay, they're here. My little hand is going to go on here like so. So it kind of fits perfectly. And then it doesn't cover up my little notch, like my little tab that goes in the slot. Now I can glue on my little foot and just line it up. And then we can do the other side. It's not quite perfect, but I gotta get my rotation just right. That'll work. And then we'll put our little hand on. Does that go like that? Or does it go like that? No, it should go like that. It's not quite perfect, but it'll work. It's a little off on this side. I think it's because I have it rotated just a little bit. All right, let's pop the stand off. And then we can glue on our little face. Just like that. Ain't it looking so cute? All right, let's put on, it's adorable. Let's put on our little leaf. I'm gonna use a gray to create a little bit of a shadow here. Like just a smidge of the alcohol marker, just a little bit. Glue on this one. So like I said, this is in our spring collection. It's from last year. It is the, let me see if I can find it and I'll put it in the link. I'll put the link in. Let's see. Because you'll have to search otherwise. Bear hive. Search. It is bear holding hive with bees. And it is copy. Let me go put it on to Facebook. Paste and comment, and then let me go on my phone and I'll put it on YouTube for all of you guys, because our keyword responders don't work on YouTube yet. But if you want to go check out my shop, I'll include the link in here. No pressure. My videos are free. You can watch for free. But we do craft the products that we sell. So this is the link. That's what it is. All right. Let's glue this on. To the top. Okay, hold this up. Get it lined up. Look how cute that is. So stinking cute. Adorable. Just so adorable. All right, let's do our bees. Let's get our little bees going. We still have to paint our eyes for our bear, which they're up there. I'll paint those momentarily. Bees. We're gonna do a gray on our little wings, just to give them some character. And this is just an alcohol marker. I don't even know what number this is. Just know it's gray. And I added a little bit of like over shading, and then I'll come back through and just do like a little from like behind the body. All right, let's get our white pen and do our bee eyes. Oh, that's this one. Do white eyes. I got out of the lines. And let's let that dry. Y'all, I'm going to make this so extra cute. You're not even going to be able to resist it. Just wait. I did little dots on the little antennas. And this is a Jelly Roll white pen. It's pretty awesome. All right, let's do this other wing. Flip this around. If you smudge your alcohol marker while it's wet, you can smudge it out to where it's not so dark. All right, so this is gonna go on. This one goes on this one. So let's do that. And you can pretty much glue your bees wherever you want. That was a lot of glue. We're gonna add little stitches because I am in that era of my life with the little stitch marks. OMG. Alrighty, so let's do little stitches. just fun. Hello, Sandra. Hello, hello. Welcome back. If you don't like the little stitches, you can totally skip that. So there is number 1. Let's do our little bee number 2. Super cute. I'm gonna go ahead and add the little stitches really quick. I'm so extra. All right, let's glue this bee onto this. Sure, I forgot something. Let that dry. So our bees are done. Let's do our eyes. They need to be black. Let's go ahead and do that. We need this brush right here. So I just got clean water in my little cup over here, and it's already like black. It's completely dark. I'm gonna do black eyes. We're gonna paint the edges because I painted them a different color. This bear's precious. Thank you, Karen. Thanks, you guys. We just tuned in. Today is the first day for me to figure out the system and how to go live on both Facebook and on to the YouTube. And so we've got our Facebook friends over on my iPad, and then my YouTube friends are over here, but it's the same video feed. You're watching everything the same. But we upload our videos over to the YouTube. They're replays. They're all our Facebook replays. And so a lot of people have been watching them. That was on our list to do this year. Was Michelle's been uploading all of our replays to YouTube, and so people have started watching them and they're like, well, when are you gonna go live on YouTube? So now I just got to be consistent so that all of our YouTube friends can hang out with us too. So, but Facebook has watched us troubleshoot all the things and figure it out until we kind of, I kind of learned how the program works a little bit better. I haven't quite mastered it, but I have figured out most of it. But the downside is I can't read my Facebook comments on this software. I can only see the YouTube comments over on my computer. But I don't want to have to look left and look right. So my iPad's here, my phone is here. That way I can kind of see them both over here. So doing my best, doing my best. All right, let's dry these again. Whoops. They're flying away. I just don't want to sand it while the paint's wet. let's lightly just go over it for the little eyeballs. And this is 120 grit paper that's really worn down. It's probably more like 220 or 300. And we're gonna glue on the eyes. Ooh, that was too much. That was a lot. My hands are so messy. Okie doke. So now let's do some little stitches on our hive with our white pen. Just to incorporate our little bees. Yeah, it's just a fun little detail. And do little dots down our leaves. Not required. They're just fun. Let's do little stitches on our feet, because oh my, those are cute. Some of my lines are a little darker than others. Some of my lines are a little longer than others. Goodness. Let's do around the face. Y'all, this is optional. Certainly not required. You do you, of course. Inside our ear. We're gonna go and do little dots along the edge of our hive. Not dashes, just some dots. And then we're gonna do little stitch marks on the inside of our hive. Do little dots on the top of our nose, and then we're going to do our little eyeball twinkles. I smudged it. Just a little bit. I think it looks super cute. Now let's do the stand with our little stitches. Everyone likes when I do these, so I like it too. I think it's just fun. I'm gonna just do something a little fun, different. Add a little pizzazz. Stop it right now. It's adorable, isn't it? Well, if you got this kit or you decide you want to get it, here's just an example of how you can craft it. Like, you can do your own little thing. Like, it does not have to be the way that I did mine. By no means. But I gotta tell you, it's adorable. Ah! I gotta fix it. I gotta fix it. I can't believe I just did that. I had ink on my hand. And then straight up went and touched it with my finger. Had no business doing any of that. My goodness gracious. Alright, let's glue it in the stand. Oh, let me take my little tool and clean the paint out of here because I have paint in there. Just a little bit. I got a little carried away. Let's try that again, shall we? There we go. All right. So, while it's drying, I'll go over this. I did not do the edges of this, but you can paint the edges of yours. Also, I cannot show you this perspective. I do not have a camera that points this direction. I have 3 cameras here. I have 2 of them that are set up. That's as far as I could get. So I'm like, start there. Do your best. Start there. The goal is that I can have another camera facing this way so you can see what I've made and how it looks. And then what I normally do is just take a picture and I show people the picture and then I post it on Facebook. I'll post a finished picture. I always try to do that. And then I'll put the picture that's finished in my shop too. That way you have a finished picture in the listing and in your account area through your purchases. So let me move all my stuff out of the way and I'll show you a quick little picture of how this turned out, and then I'll go over my colors one more time. Oh, we got to glue on our bees. Let me look and see how did the bees go. Hold on, cancel. Okay, so there's a bee. Oh, we forgot the bees. There's a bee that goes over here. So I'm going to glue my bee like this because I feel like it just looks cuter. I had it glued on the face. I had it glued on the face right here, but I think it's going to look cuter on the hand. So I'm going to glue it on there like that. So let me do that. Oh! Do that real quick. You gotta let it stick. Sometimes it wants to, sometimes it doesn't. Hello, Michelle. She's back. Hello, girl. Look what we made today, my friend. Looky, looky. And we're going to put this one over here. Or you could do it like this. You could, you could do it wherever you want to. You could put it up here on its little ear. Whatever you want. Glue it where you like. I'm going to glue mine like that to the side. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue here. And stick it on like so. I just think that looks a little bit better. I'm going to hold them. Thank you, Renee. I appreciate you guys. I forgot the bees, y'all. I had forgot. Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh my gosh, everything is like falling over. Okay, I think everything is good. Let me get this picture. Let me get a picture. And I'll show you guys. So we used 5 sponges. I wish y'all could see my trash can over here. It's so bad. Oh my gosh. Y'all. Okay. This is how it turned out. It is so stinking cute. I love the little details that I added. It is so adorable. The pictures that I post will be much clearer than the video because I'm really close to the camera. But y'all, that's adorable. So cute. First of all, thank you. Number 1, thank you for being here. Number 2, if you want to get that kit, it is in my shop. If you're on YouTube, I put it in the comments. I will update the description of the YouTube video because it will no longer be live. It'll be a video. It will be like a replay. For Facebook, if you comment the word bloom, Facebook will send you a message to the spring collection. Or you can just go to the shop and search bear holding hive with bees. That's what it's called, is bear holding hive with bees. The CK number, which is, the CK is CK1278. You can also search CK numbers. It's in the description, like up underneath. Like it's right down here. The SKU is how we track all of our inventory. Some people just search by keyword. But it is actually CK1278 is the item. Y'all, we're in the 3,000 CK numbers now, so that just tells you this is an older kit. But it's still super cute. It's so cute. I would love for you to go check it out. It is adorable for spring, cute for a nursery, great for like a craft night with your friends. It just has a lot of potential. So whoever asked me to craft this, I hope you like the way that I did it. I took my time for sure. If you're on YouTube, thank you for being with me. I have not been on YouTube live for well over a year. Well over a year. We are consistently posting and uploading our replays, which are not edited videos. Y'all, my lives are long. They're like 2-3 hours long. But we're just uploading. Do what you can with what you got, right? So we figured out this system. It's called Meld Studios. It's a program I put on my laptop, and it allows you to stream to multiple places. And so we've been doing it with Facebook. It seems to work really good. Once I connected my internet to it, it worked a lot better than it was working. We were using StreamYard. It was not the best quality, and so I was like, I'm not loving this. And so I told everybody, thank you, Ducks Papa. Adorable, thank you. I told everyone that my goal this year was to grow the business, reach more people, be more consistent, invest in teaching people more techniques, how-tos, things like that. Getting a tutorial for our kits so that people can craft them, because some people just do not know how to craft them. So that's been really what we've been working on. And our goals are to just do better. You know what I'm saying? Improve, work hard. And then I stopped crafting in the evenings so that I could be present with my family more and my grandkids. And so I craft during the day. So if you see me on the YouTubes, okay, I am not like other people who post their videos on YouTube. I'm not gonna do all the things. You know, I'm not. I can only keep up with so much. But subscribe to my channel, like the video, you know, turn on the bell, all the things you're supposed to do that I feel like everyone knows to do on all these platforms. If you're on Facebook, follow my page. We do have a broadcast channel. I do send out a link to our Facebook, to the broadcast channel. We have an email list that we post to. We have a shop that has over 3,000 different products in it. We also do crushed glass and resin projects. And there's just a lot. We literally live in the world of crafting around here. So that's the thing. The kits are amazing. I think so too. I think I curate a really good collection of things. And I try to give my best foot forward on showing you a higher end way of crafting them than, not to insult anyone, but not on the like basic level, but I really try to go above and beyond to show you a technique, show you how to shade, show you how you can try new things, get certain looks. I really try not to gatekeep things. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I'm just telling you that my videos are not 20 minutes long. They're not 25 minutes long. They're not even an hour long. They are long videos. I take my time. I spend my time here. And so I hope that as we go through 2026 and we make all these changes, that everyone enjoys them and you enjoy the video and you learn something. Even if you don't buy our products, you learned a skill or a technique that you can use elsewhere. So that is my message to you guys. Thank you for being here today. I'm about to reset this area. I'm going to tell you my colors one more time here in just a second. I'm about to reset this area and I'm going to go live on TikTok. Some of y'all are like, I don't do the TikToks. Listen, I have a perspective that some people just will not understand, that it is my opinion and my opinion only. TikTok can be owned by whoever and whoever it may be, okay? Whether it's America or not. But my stance is this. Every other week, I swear to you, I'm getting a message from Google that my password has been compromised. And I got to change my password for something I have done on the internet. It is just par for the course, okay? These companies, we are on the internet. Our information has been sold by Facebook. Our information has been sold by God knows who. And our information is on the internet. And they have access to everything we already have. If you are remotely concerned, don't be on the internet. That's how I feel about that. Don't be on the internet. Don't download an app. Don't go through the app store. You're downloading these apps through the app store of your phone company. Like, whether it's an Android or whether it's an Apple. You know what I'm saying? So I will be on TikTok. I have a TikTok app. I've had it for a long time. I post to TikTok. I enjoy being, like, watching things over there. I have Facebook, I have YouTube, I have an Instagram, I have a Snapchat, I have like everything, okay? So, you do not have to go to TikTok, okay? Please don't think that I'm saying just pressuring you. But I'm going to tell you that until I can get this program to go and take one video and do all the things, I have to go live on TikTok from my phone before I can add the integration to this program. I have not been live on TikTok in probably 2 years. It is what it is. Because I have one phone. I have one phone, one device. I don't have all the things in place, and now I'm working on that here. So, Facebook or TikTok said I have to go live for at least 25 minutes for them to allow me to incorporate the TikTok Studio to this program that I'm using. So I'm going to be doing the bunny faces with the picture frames today. We did the bunny faces yesterday and the day before. And these are the ones that we did. I will show you really quick in case, you know, you just got here. This is the bunny face C. So with this cutout, you get the ears, the glasses, the eyes, the nose, the teeth. I added everything else. The board is separate. The easel back is separate. And that little button there is separate. But this is what we crafted yesterday. And then before that, the day before that, we did this one. She is face style D. And so I did a white bunny and I did a gray bunny. And these are my two little bunny friends. Okay. These are all from kits we have in my shop. Okay, so I told everyone yesterday I planned on doing the other bunnies with, you could use a canvas or whatever, but I'm going to use these two picture frames from the dollar store. I don't really do dollar store crafting at all, but I do have these frames and I think they make a great idea for you to use the faces with. So we're going to use the picture frames. I'm going to use popsicle sticks to instead of the glass in our here, and we're going to add our faces. We're going to glue on our ears. We're going to dress it up, and that's what we're going to do on TikTok. So we've done the faces on Facebook, and that's what we did with our little bunnies over there. And then we're going to do something a little bit different on TikTok, but we're still going to use our wood cutouts. My TikTok is amber.strong. That is my TikTok account. If you are on Facebook and you comment the word links, YouTube, you cannot comment any words. The responders will not work. I have to set it up still. If you're on Facebook and you're watching and you comment the word links, Facebook will send you a message to our link tree. The very top of our link tree, let me show you at the very top of the link tree, there is like all the social things. Y'all, it's got to pull up. Let me pull this up. Let me pull this up. Paste. So at the top of my link tree, it looks like this. Let me do it this way so you guys can see a little bit better. Is all the things. Right here is TikTok. So Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, TikTok, Amazon, Etsy. Everything is right here in our link tree. All the things are here. So if you click this, it's going to open up TikTok. And that's my account there. Okay, this is my TikTok. So if you want to go there, that's how you find it. But if you are on YouTube, you can go to YouTube, or you can go to TikTok. Sorry, if you're on YouTube, you can go to TikTok, and and you can type in amber.strong. Amber.strong. That's my username over on TikTok. That's where it is. Okay, so let me go over the paint colors one more time before we go. Now I'm going to sign off. We use black. These are all deco art. We also use other paints too, but today we use deco art. This is a light avocado, foliage green. We used yellow ochre, true ochre. We used baby duck, because baby duck is so cute. We used a bleached sand. So our wings, those are bleached sand. It's like an off-white. It's not like a super bright white. We used espresso, fawn, and we used honey brown. And those are all of our colors. And then we used some alcohol markers. We also used our white jelly roll pen. We used these two pens, and we used these two. So the brand of the alcohol markers is MOGYANN. The archival ink pen is a Pentel Sign. I think it's a Sigma. And it is just a calligraphy pen. It looks like that. And then this is a Jelly Roll 10. It's a white pen, and I got this in a 3-pack. And these are all in my Amazon shop. So, all right, y'all. Thank you so much again for being here. I appreciate you. Yeah, that's it. So I'm going to sign off of here. You guys enjoy your evening. I will be over on the TikTok in about 10 minutes or so. I have to reset everything up because I've got to use my phone. I've got to get my mount that I use. I got to do all the things. And I will see you there if you decide you want to join me there. No pressure whatsoever to do that, but I hope that you come join me, and we're going to make some really cute crafts, and then I'm going to head home. So y'all enjoy your night, and